Hey everyone, hope your day is going great. I'm presenting Recipefy, a culinary tech app designed to transform your culinary journey. My name is Cynthia and I'm the product manager for this team. I will be presenting alongside my colleague David, who is the product owner and business analyst. All right, so here are the amazing individuals I've worked with over the last 9 weeks to build this app. For the shopping list today, we'll be taking you through an introduction of our app, our competitive analysis, our financial projections, our product demo. We'll go through our product roadmap and end off with a summary slide. Now, please enjoy this video that introduces Recipefy. All right. Well, hope you all enjoyed that quick video. So just like Daisy, I also struggle with indecisiveness around what to cook with my available ingredients. I've browsed online for a solution, and while I did see some options out there, none really had any recipes tailored to my preference. And that was why I pitched this idea on day 1 of this cohort. And unsurprisingly, it got the most upvotes from the other students. Additionally, when we started our research, we got an overwhelming amount of responses within the first few days, which just shows how big of a problem this is for every one of you out there. Well, I'm excited to say that we have created a solution that's like nothing out there. And on that note, I'll hand it over to David for the competitive analysis.
Thank you, Cynthia. Let's move on to our competitive analysis. Here we have outlined our top 2 competitors in the market, MyFridgeFood and KitchenPal. Key points to know from this slide will be some of the differences in features offered. Our product differentiates itself from others through unique features like our catalog of diverse cultural recipes, the integrated calorie tracker to help you achieve your nutritional goals, and a smart shopping list to enhance your weekly grocery experience. Quickly moving on to our financial projections. In the next 5 years, we project a thriving user ecosystem with 115,000 active subscribers and a total of 1.2 million engaged users. Anticipating a cumulative benefit of $4.4 million, which will be mainly generated through our 3 revenue streams. Our 3 revenue streams begin with our in-app premium subscriptions based on an average of $36 annual cost per customer, offered in both monthly and annual payment formats. We will also receive advertisement revenue generated through Google AdSense based on web views. And also we have potential partnerships with celebrity chefs or online personalities. Our project's financial evaluation reveals a noteworthy ROI of 101%, resulting in a substantial net benefit of $2.2 million. Achieving our break-even at the beginning of year 2, our benefit to cost ratio stands impressively at 2.01, ultimately emphasizing a profitable investment project. Now we'd like to invite you all for our product demo.
All right, thanks, David. So when a user first logs into Recipefy, they're presented with an overview of their account, just showing them the recipes they've made so far, the ingredients they have available in their fridge, as well as the calories consumed to date. On this page, they would also see new recipes that have been added to our catalog, and down here, they can see any recipes that they've made so far. So the first thing I want to do once I'm logged in is go into the calorie tracker and enter in my calorie goal for today. So today, I want to consume 2,500 calories. So go ahead and save that. And the next thing I want to do is enter in some available ingredients that I have at home. So let's go ahead and add some afang leaves that I have at home here. I also have goat meat, and then I have palm oil. So I'll just go ahead and enter that and save this list first. Looks like bubbles down. Okay, just 1 second here. So I'm just going to run using a different account because it looks like bubbles down for that user. So, um, okay, so as you can see here, I've been able to generate afang soup based on the ingredients that I added to my fridge. So let's go ahead and click this. So I can see the instructions to make this meal here. I can also see the ingredients needed to make afang soup, and I can see the nutrition breakdown here. So assuming that I've eaten this meal, the first thing I want to do is add it to my tracker so it consumes for today. And the next thing I want to do is click made this just so that it shows up on my dashboard the next time that I'm logged in. So just to show you what that looks like, as you can see, I have afang soup here now. So the next thing I want to do is plan for what I'm going to eat this evening. So I'll just scroll through our recipe catalog. And one thing that catches my eye here is the akara fiesta, because I'm Nigerian. And if you grew up in Nigeria, you know how important akara is on a Saturday morning. So I can see the ingredients needed to make this meal. I'll go ahead and just bookmark this first so that it's in my bookmark for when I come back this evening. And then I don't have any beans at home, so I'll go ahead and add that to my shopping list. So let's add beans here. Should be in protein. Okay, so go ahead and save this list. Looks like bubbles down again. But when I save this list, it should show up here that I've added beans to my shopping list. The final thing I want to show you here is our community page. So we are very big on community, and here you'll be able to see other meals that have been made by other users on Recipefy. So you can tag us on your Instagram post to be featured on this page. Let me see if it would show up here. Looks like that's currently down as well, but you should see some images on here for meals that have been made by other users on our platform. I'll hand it over to David now to continue the rest of the presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Cynthia. So we'll be just moving on to our product roadmap for 2024. So here's our product roadmap, where we're currently striving to launch our MVP by the end of April, which will be a responsive website with integrated mobile platform functionality. This is followed by version 1.1 in July, where we focus on expanding and enhancing our MVP features. And lastly, our iOS and Android mobile applications will be released in October and December, each respectively. Finally, we just have a summary of our entire product building journey for the past 9 weeks. The team has gained hands-on experience and core competencies in product development, where we learned to set specific deadlines for deliverables and work cohesively as a team on a weekly basis to achieve our goals. And what's next? Well, our team's short-term goal focuses on releasing the minimum viable product by April of this year, and we will work diligently towards releasing the subsequent product iterations as outlined in our product roadmap for the remainder of 2024. In the meantime, we'd love to ask you all to follow us on Instagram at Recipefy.ca and follow our mailing list to be the first to know when we launch. Thank you for tuning into our presentation. We will now take any questions you may have gathered.
Woo! Round of applause for Recipefy. I will say that this is the team that was on target with time, so I give you guys that. You have my scoring on that one. Good job keeping the time today, David, Cynthia, and the Recipefy team. Thank you so much. Let's give them love in the chat. Let's give them love in the chat. I see a lot of love in the chat. Awesome. So we're gonna start with feedback right now from we're gonna go with Conrad to start.
That was a wonderful, engaging presentation. It flowed very well for me. And actually, I don't have a lot of questions per se, other than I was looking at in terms of how you're going to generate revenue, and you spoke about some of the AdSense and whatnot. I wanted to just expand a little bit more on that, just to make sure in terms of how you're going to drive traffic. I know you spoke about the community, but some of the other things that you would be likely doing, I'd love to hear a bit more on that to drive traffic, because this kind of concept is going to require that type of where you have a lot of traffic being driven. You need to drive a lot of traffic towards this. So love to hear a bit more on that, but very, very good presentation. I like it was very engaging for me.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to answer that question, actually. So as you may have known, like, we are very community driven, and we also cater towards like a niche target market where, our cultural recipes are basically targeted for people where they don't want to make the typical hamburgers or pasta or, mac and cheese, right? Something a bit more fun, something a bit more ethically like representative. So how we plan to drive that through marketing is going to be mostly social media marketing. As you already know, we have our Instagram account, we have our X accounts, we also have our Discord, and we'll be, making as much content on that as possible to push out our brand awareness. And also we have an email marketing subscriber list as well, which Cynthia has already worked on along with the team. So we'll be pushing that out to as many engaged users as possible. And lastly, just in general, our community aspect is ultimately what's going to drive us, to grow an organic set of users, right? Which is through, whether it's through our Discord or Instagram, whenever they make that food, they feel proud. They want to share that with the world, and that will ultimately develop the brand for us in a sense, right? Where we are here to allow them and promote them on a platform that gives them, that space to show off what they have done and to also show off the ethnic food that they have created. So that's, I think, our main aspect, how we plan on driving the growth.
Amazing.
Apologies, I was on mute, sorry. I'm gonna pass on to Muiwa. So, fun fact, Muiwa was my nutritionist for like 2-3 months. He used to tell me what to eat when I was trying to lose weight. I don't know, maybe show them some of those arms that you built over the years. Let them know what's going on, what time it is. But I think this should be interesting for him because he's a fitness buff. What are your thoughts here, Muiwa?
No, it's really great. I like the presentation. I like the idea. I think it's wonderful. Especially, there's a lot of like unique angles there, especially with like the diversity of recipes, because a lot of times when you do look at these recipe apps, they're very, very focused on, the traditional kind of foods. So I think that would be extremely useful. One of the things I was just thinking about as this was going on was, and I didn't really hear it, but this seems like a really good place where you could introduce a lot of AI into some of the user experience, because I can see some difficulty in like typing everything in or like going to your fridge and opening it up and like really itemizing everything, especially over time. But you could do some sort of like computer vision where you take a picture of your fridge and it can actually automatically come up with the recipes for you. I don't know if that's stuff you guys have thought about for the future.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm very glad that you mentioned that. And it was definitely the first idea we had thought of, just being able to scan your fridge and everything just kind of gets populated into the app. But due to the time constraints and also that technology, is it something that we saw a lot of out there in the market right now? But it's definitely something that we're thinking about for the roadmap, especially as we take this to market, because at the end of the day, we want to make the user experience as easy as possible. Our target audience are people who are busy professionals. We don't want them wasting time inputting every single thing they have in your fridge. So yeah, it is definitely something that we've thought about, and I'm glad that you also mentioned that as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and also, sorry, just to build upon that, actually, like our second idea after that will be basically to allow our app to basically scan the barcode of each item or whichever items that have barcodes, right? So that will also help with the user experience as well.
Interesting one. Yeah, thank you. Let's go to Deanna and then we'll finish it off with Chris.
Someone who struggles to find a recipe, I would sign up tomorrow for this, to be quite honest.
Thank you.
Struggling, especially, from, you think of all the cultures in the world that you want to try a recipe, and for me to go and get into Google and try to figure it out, and this was absolutely wonderful. Well done. Really loved it.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Chris, let's finish it off.
No, just to say, well done. I think it's a very engaging presentation and well done product. The one thing that kind of reminder you might want to think about that might help for is, I understand that this is to help people eat and find recipes, but when you talked about the idea of people sharing the community page, that's a very valuable opportunity there. Turn into little Pinterest of people sharing their food and potentially even have people that you might actually bring awareness to people that love cooking and showcasing their food for greater opportunities of getting their recipes and things seen. So that community page could turn into a gamified experience and a happy experience for people. Like look at Pinterest, how that took off. So being able to like and give comments and ask questions, and that's a good opportunity within them too.
Yeah, no, thank you for mentioning that. And it's how we want to build the community page in the future, where you would have a page for you to just post the things that you've made so far. Because like you said, everyone loves to post pictures, everyone likes to show off their masterpiece. So being able to comment on what other people have posted and also being able to get inspiration from what other people have posted is definitely how the community would kind of shape up to be in the future. But for now, it's just tagging us on Instagram and getting, featured on our page. And as we kind of grow, we would be implementing that possibility to just post directly on the app.